Hi guys, so sorry for no video last week. I was really busy with school, and unfortunately this weekend I'm being really sick. I meant to have something up earlier, but unfortunately I have been laid low by a very bad cold. So sorry if I have to stop and sip on tea this entire time because my throat gets really scratchy. But I am, excitedly enough, drinking out of my Jane Austen quote mug, which I got for my birthday from my friend Christine. And I'm drinking tea and honey, which is different for me. I don't normally put anything in my tea. But today's video is just going to be a quick update on what I've been reading lately. I do kind of miss the format of Friday reads, although I find updating every Friday I don't normally have a lot to say. Especially now that school started, I haven't been reading as much for pleasure. I've been reading mostly for school. So I thought I would share with you. First up, I finally finished Tess of the Dubervilles by Thomas Hardy. This took me quite a while to read. I kind of set it aside. I really enjoyed this though. I found Tess pretty much up until the end to be a bit simpering. Not my favorite female character up until the very end, which, spoiler alert, she then murders her rapist, which I thought was completely awesome, but then she kind of went back to being a simpering fool. Yeah, my first ever Hardy book. Not, I think I gave this a 4 stars out of 5 on Goodreads. I'd probably say it's more of a 3.5, to be honest, on reflection. It didn't hold my attention. I set it aside for a long while, and that's generally not a good sign. Next up, I finished Wilkie Collins' The Woman in White. This is part of the I Like Big Books read along, where we pick a book over 500 pages and read it over the course of 2 months. So I was able to read this in 2 months. I did take a big break in the month. We were reading this August, September. I did take a big break in August, and I finally finished this in September. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. I thought the plot twists were really good. I'm starting to really enjoy Gothic literature, something I never thought I would say. But yeah, I quite enjoyed this. I would recommend it if you are a fan of Gothic literature. Next up is one that I got for my birthday, and it is my first ever Shirley Jackson novel, We Have Always Lived in the Castle. This was a gift from my friend Cassie for my birthday. Literally the day I got it, I finished The Woman in White. And I sat down and finished this pretty much in one sitting. I mean, it's a fairly short book. It's about 150 pages, but oh my god, guys. This was amazing. This got 5 stars for me. I highly recommend this. I'm probably going to do a full review because it is Gothic, and I am going to be doing a lot of reviews for spookier books, especially in October. Just because it fits the theme of Halloween and October and all that good fun stuff, so expect a full review of this. So I'm not going to say too much more other than read it, and I cannot wait to read more Shirley Jackson. Next up is one for school, and I am only including this because I just finished it, and it is The Romance of Tristan and Isolde as retold by Joseph Bédier. Sorry, my French pronunciation went horribly awry that first time. I'm reading this for my Modes of Fantasy class. As some of you don't know, I was initially enrolled in a Shakespeare class, but the timing just didn't work. I had to drive, you know, an hour and a half to get to school for a 4 to 7 p.m. class, so I switched into this class called Modes of Fantasy, and we're looking right now at, like, romances and Arthurian romances. So I also read Sir Gawain and the Green Knight last week. So this was good. I found it very frustrating. People are like, oh, it's like the earlier version of Romeo and Juliet. No, it's not at all, other than the fact that they're star-crossed lovers. But yeah, this was a really enjoyable translation. The font's fairly big, the pacing was well. I think I finished this in about 2.5 hours, give or take. So if you do want to read it, I would highly recommend this edition. And last up is one that I just finished this morning, actually, and that is Richard Adams' Watership Down. I had this on my shelf for a little while, and I thought I would give it a go, and I love this. Oh, I love this so much. It was such an amazing tale. How Richard Adams made a story about bunnies be so relatable and so engaging, I don't know. And this is a relatively long one. It's almost 500 pages, and honestly, I was hooked. I love this. I didn't really set this down at all. There wasn't really a day I didn't get some of this read, so I would highly recommend this one. I have the 40th anniversary edition, which is really beautiful. Good job, Penguin. So yeah, I would highly recommend that. So that is what I've been reading recently. I'm probably going to be starting on Edith Wharton's Age of Innocence for my next like pleasure read. For the next week of classes I have to read Frankenstein, which I've already read, but I'm going to try and read some more of because I am planning on writing a paper on it. And what else do I have to read? Yeah, I think that's about it for like novels. The rest are kind of just boring articles, which I'm not worth mentioning. So yeah, so later on this week I'm going to have a review up, seeing as it's October. It's going to be my first spooky read. This is one I've been sitting on for a while, so I'm really looking forward to actually being able to tell you guys about this book. And I will see you guys later on in the week. Bye!